change. How is it different with this group? This is a new group, but the expectation level has been raised. You feel like you're a better team than you were? How do you feel about the new group that you are a part of?
Whenever you just add a lot of playmakers on one team, it just enhances the atmosphere, and everybody's talent level rises because they don't want to be left behind by the best player. So I feel like it's good.
DJ, how would you describe the way Caleb Williams has been as a teammate since you met him, since he obviously the offseason program and the mini camp, based on what you expected or maybe some preconceived notions you might have had about him?
He's been doing good. He's been getting better every day. So I'm looking forward to training camp where it's really football to see him in real action and with pads and stuff on. But everything's been good. Some of the media stuff may be exaggerated like 100 times, but Caleb's been amazing, and he's a good person.
You know what's wild about that is even Ryan Poles, when they were talking about drafting him in the early stages, he was like, I got to get to know the man. He's got to know what kind of guy he is. And you got to, there's all the stories out there. You just don't know who a guy is until you're actually with him on a regular basis. Is he a better guy? Is his character better than they apparently thought it was going to be? It feels like everything he said has been pretty good. He seems like a pretty decent guy. And I think there was a lot of fear that he was a prima donna, that he was a California guy, it's just a lot of noise around the kid. What kind of person has he been to you?
Yeah, exactly. It's just been a lot of noise when he's coming out. I know everybody has their own opinion on things, but I know Pose and everybody in the building did their due diligence on him. So when he got here, I wasn't really looking at him as like a Hollywood kid or anything. I just got to know him for him, and he at the dinner when we first met him, he was just genuine and just himself. Like I see on social media what he be posting. He popped up at the camp that I had, and he's just been a good overall person.
How was that camp, and what did you think about your first foray into having a camp locally? And obviously you had the quarterback show up, so it must have gone over pretty well with the kids.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun 2 days on the south side, and then here at up in Deerfield. It was a good camp, and I was surprised.
DJ, did we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you finish your thought? We lost you for a second there. You said it was a good camp, and the kids, something about the kids.
Oh, it was good. The kids had a good time. I was shocked that Caleb came. That was a surprise to me that my fiance showed me.
Huh, that's great. What when you look at this off season, and you look at you're getting to know Keenan Allen. He's a pro. Rome Odunze drafted. All of a sudden, the wide receiver room is totally different, and it's arguably as good as any in the league. You're the established guy, and I'm sure you feel that way. But is the group itself significantly better in your opinion?
Yeah, I would say so. You got people that's been between me and Keenan that's been doing it for a while. He's been doing it for a way longer time, and has been real effective in his job being a receiver. And then you got Rome that's coming in, and he's like the new fast, smooth toy that you get, and you want to see him in action. So I can't wait for that. Then you just got me that I'm gonna just be me at the end of the day.
There's three guys that could be good options on any given third down or any given pass inside the red zone, and there's three guys in one football. Obviously, the distribution to the targets, it's a factor. How are you approaching this, and how different is it when you have a trio that is considered maybe one of the best, one of the three or one of the best in the NFL? Because it's a nice problem to have, DJ, but it is something we're going to talk about each game. Like, okay, how many targets here, and are you getting the ball enough? I don't know how much you worry about that.
I'm really not worried about it. The impact that we all going to have on the game, any given game, is going to be exciting, should I say, because you can't really just hope that one person goes off. You got to worry about three people the whole game. So, but I had the same kind of deal in Carolina when it was me, Robbie, and Curtis Samuel, and we end up all having. Well, me and Robbie had 1,000 plus, and Curtis had almost 900 yards receiving. So it wasn't really too far off. Maybe the catches was off that year from like being high, like 80, 90, 100, but I think I had like 66 and still had like 1,200 yards or something like that. So I'm not really too worried about that.
When you got the playbook, when you met Shane Waldron, how different is the offense? How easy is it to digest? How good will you guys be?
When I got it, I was like, okay, now I see why Seattle was doing the things they was doing and having the success they was. Is it easy to digest? Maybe not when you first look at it, but when you get to know the details of it, because I'm big on knowing the reason why and how we going to incorporate it throughout the season. And against our defense, it's been successful to an extent because our defense is out there chirping and disguising, so it's pretty tough.
So in that context, DJ, help us understand the challenge that would present a rookie quarterback. We had a lot of attention paid Caleb Williams and the cadence and calling the plays in the huddle and then the new verbiage and how the cadence is something he has to get used to. How big of a challenge is that for a rookie quarterback, and where is he in that development?
I mean, it's going to be hard for anybody just now coming into an NFL style offense and getting everything down in such a fast time. But he's made big strides through OTAs and minicamp. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing him in training camp when everything starts going for real and he gets way more competitive than he's comfortable.
I read somewhere that you said that you kind of the anticipatory throws were different than you were used to, that he does a really good job of kind of getting the ball to where you're going to be and you get to kind of move to it and catch it as opposed to seeing the ball into you. Is that different?
Yeah, that's different. When you got to meet the ball at a spot instead of you having to slow down, it's totally different because then the quarterback is really throwing you open, and I think he's doing a good job of just anticipating where we're going to be, and so that'll make the plays even tougher to guard.
It's curious, and I know you have to, a lot of things you can't really reveal, whatever the case may be, but you've got three wide receivers, and I wonder, somebody's going to have to line up in the slot. The assumption would be it's Keenan Allen because he's done that a lot. I imagine you're not uncomfortable there, but how do you see this unfolding? And could you guys be in various spots on the field depending on the formation and depending on the play?
It all depends on the play, without giving up too much. Keenan still got burners. He could still go deep. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with everybody being in different spots just yet. But everybody can beat somebody deep as a need be.
You mentioned the chirping of the defense. We've heard a lot about that. I thought it was interesting when Matt Eberflus said that the quarterback is only going against the first team, that they don't want to play him against anyone but the number one defense in order to help his development and understanding and know the quality of players he's going to face in the NFL. Does the chirping bother you at all? Do you get tired of defensive guys who might be, ahead of the offense because they obviously are in their second year, third year in the system, whatever? Is that something that will help you, or not you, but the development of the offense?
Yeah, it makes us frustrated, but we gotta stay calm and understand that we still learning the whole playbook as a unit, and it's even better for Caleb because then he not just going into a game like, oh, they doing all this chirping and all this disguising. Our defense was probably is top 5 in almost every category. So, and I know chirping they probably top 1. So it's all good development for everybody.
So that's going to make for a very entertaining Hard Knocks episode after episode. How do you feel about Hard Knocks coming to training camp, and who do you predict will be the breakout star of Hard Knocks?
I don't have no feelings towards being on Hard Knocks or anything like that. The breakout, I'm not sure. We got a good bit of characters on the team, so anybody can take over the Hard Knocks series and it'd be funny.
What about you? Are you looking for stardom? Is that a way to kind of, or are you kind of above that at this point of your career?
I don't know. Maybe they see the more relaxed, fun side of me on Hard Knocks. Maybe it depends.
So we haven't talked to you since the schedule came out. There's a lot of nationally televised opportunities. You've got the trip to London. You start the season a week earlier at the Hall of Fame game in Canton as a preseason. I know you're unlikely to play there, but it is something on the calendar. How would you describe just the way the schedule has presented itself and how the Bears have become kind of the it team or one of the it teams in the league?
I mean, the schedule is going to be the schedule every year. I know we got an earlier bye week than normal. Normally than I have in my career, but it's looking to be a good season. It's kind of rough and tough in some areas, maybe like more towards the middle, towards the end. But it's just going to make for a good year and get to see what we stack up against.
What do you think of the division? Have you studied what they've done or how they've changed? And I'm talking about Detroit, the Packers ahead of you, even what Minnesota has done.
Yeah, I study and look at what they're doing during the offseason, but I don't let it really bother me too much because anybody can change up when the season comes and they have different things going on and new parts, moving parts to their organization.
Well, one of the things Minnesota did was they locked up Justin Jefferson
Woo!
long-term, $110 million guaranteed in that new deal, DJ. I'm sure that got your attention. I'm sure it got your agent's attention. What was your reaction to that? And how might it affect you going back to the Bears and talking about extending your deal?
When I first seen it, I was like, dang. I was like, he should have got the whole 140 guaranteed, but that was me just jokingly talking. But I was excited for him. He deserved it, and I don't know. I just let my agent do the negotiations with polls and everybody. So I'm really just focused on football right now. And I mean, if extension is on the table, I'm glad for it. But at the end of the day, I still got to go out there and prove it on these last two years I have.
The quarterback position is obviously the highest paid one in the league, and everybody's looking for that. But the receiver position has blown up. I mean, it used to be, the pass rushers were the highest paid guys. The receiver position, tons of guys getting paid. Everywhere you turn, there's like big money deals. Do you think that's in the future, or do you think maybe it's time to kind of have a little bit of, better taste of maybe the pie?
I mean, receivers and quarterbacks go hand in hand, so I could see the market keep going up, and definitely gonna have bigger pieces of the pie to come soon. So I'm excited for that.
What are you doing the rest of the summer? You have a little bit of a lull here. I imagine you're going to enjoy it. I don't know if you're going to do any traveling. Any plans to get together with Caleb Williams and the receiving corps?
Yeah, that's one thing that we're going to do. We are going to get together and probably have a throwing session 2 or 3 times, and then the rest is just spending time with the family before training camp gets rolling, because that's going to take up a good bit of time because we start way earlier. So I'm excited for that, and then probably go overseas to Disneyland Paris wanted to do that and probably end in Cancun.
That's awesome. That's a fun trip. You're gonna wait till after the Olympics, or are you gonna try to coincide with the world gathering there?
No, we going sometime before the Olympics, so not going to get hounded by the mob USA.
You know, the NFL offseason calendar has been the source of debate recently. A couple weeks ago, it came up that there's a proposal pushed by the Players Association to eliminate OTAs altogether, start maybe the reporting date in June, and then it would, I think, lengthen the time you're committed to the season. What do you think about some of those changes that are being proposed about OTAs?
I mean, I would be for it if we started maybe July 1st and then go have the ramp up period then, and then go into camp. That'd be amazing because you get to spend the whole, from February to June, which is the end of June, with your family, and that's much needed time for them.
Disneyland Paris. I've actually been there, believe it or not, and I was vowed to not say that because you're supposed to go to the museums, you're supposed to go to the Louvre, and we took the kids to Disneyland Paris and had a blast. It was like being at Disneyland, only you're in Paris. It was super weird, but I loved that trip. I think you're going to have a blast.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been trying to go there in Disney Tokyo.
Oh, really?
Wow, that'd be a great trip.
Do you like Disney? Have you've been to both parks here, right? The big one in Florida and I would imagine Disneyland as well in California.
Yeah, I've been to both. I'm more of a Disney World guy myself.
Okay.
Nothing beats Chicago in the summer. This is your second summer in Chicago. What do you like to do with your family when you have some downtime?
We just like to explore different parts of the city. We went down to the Navy Pier. They enjoyed themselves, and for the most part, we just like to ride around and just look at the scenery that Chicago offers.
Do you sense people more excited about this Bears season than maybe even last year, when the first time when you arrived, because of Caleb Williams, because of the defense, because of all of the pieces that seem to be in place for this offense to take off?
Yeah, I just think everybody's just ready for a winning season in Chicago, and I think with the fans being overly excited and having huge expectations for us, and we just want to go out there and fulfill them and just bring a light to the city.
Hey, we'll let you go, DJ. I know that you guys aren't going to punt this year, but what'd you think of that rookie punter? Guy's like a sideshow freak.
Yeah, he's definitely good. I got the chance to catch a punch from him a few times already, so he's a real deal. So I'm excited to see him in game if he ever gets the chance to.
Yeah, deny him the chance. That's the whole point. DJ, you're the best, man. Thanks for jumping on. We appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all.
That is DJ Moore, the Bears wide receiver. He's the top player on that offense.
Classy pro.
Best.
Loving Chicago.
Wants to go to Tokyo. That's pretty cool.
Going to get together with Caleb Williams and